Hey guys, Mr. Lang here. Let's go ahead and talk about the Pythagorean theorem, right? Okay, it's kind of tricky to say, but the Pythagorean theorem. I hope I said that correctly. All right, here we go. So we're off to IXL. We're gonna go ahead and go to level I. Make sure this one is officially done. All right, and then down here we want to go to y.1. I've done a lot of this teaching in the class, so we're going to review this. I want to make sure I cover some of the basics there. For example, this one is a good one, so I'll start really easy, simple, and then I'll work our way up, okay? So remember, the Pythagorean theorem, there is an actual formula when you do this, and this formula helps you find the third side of a triangle, specifically the longest side of the triangle. So if you notice here, you actually have, when I talk about the longest side of the triangle, I'm talking about this side here, which is called the hypotenuse, okay? Now, to do this, basically what you want to do is go ahead and let's write the formula down. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, again, we've done this in class, so this is mostly review for you guys, all right? You take your two legs of your triangle. In this case, you have your 8 and your 6, and go ahead and write them under the A and the B. It does not matter the order that they're in this case. Now, sometimes it does later on. We'll talk about that. But for now, you only have to worry about putting the two sides, the two legs of your triangle. Notice a triangle has to have a square corner, all right? And then you go ahead and you go 8, and then you write down the 6. So again, A and B are turning into the two sides. Don't forget to bring down your exponents, your other exponent, bring down your plus sign, bring down your equals. And this c squared is just kind of hanging out so far, just for the ride, okay? You have 8 times 8. Let's go ahead and solve this. 8 times 8 gives you 64. You add that, 6 times 6 gives you 36, okay? And then when you add this up, well, let's see, 64 plus 36, I know 6 plus 3 is 9 for my tens place, so that's actually 90, and then 4 plus 6 is another 10, so that actually gives you 100. Now notice this c squared. Actually, I said it was going for the ride, but it never went for the ride. So I should actually bring it along for the ride. Bring down the c squared, bring down the c squared, bring down my equal sign every time, bring down my c squared again. Notice you have this exponent here, well, this entire time actually. And we don't want the squared because notice here, on this part of the triangle, you only have c by itself. You actually don't have the exponent here. So how do you get rid of the exponent? Well, what you want to do is, well, yeah, I could cross that off. That'd be kind of cool. Just cross you off. Well, actually, you could cross it off as long as you're fair and equal on both sides. So if I cross off the exponent here, I can do that as long as I take the square root on the other side. And so what I actually end up getting is c equals, and then what two numbers times each other, times itself, multiplies to give us 100. It has to be two identical numbers. Well, 9 times 9 is 81. 10 times 10, voila. And you get c equals 10. And there you go. That actually gives you 10. And then that's it. You know, you type it in. There you go. Pretty cool. Submit. There you go. All right, so now let's go ahead and, all right, so we've done this in class. Again, I don't want to stay on these easier ones forever. So I'm going to move up a level, and let's see what we have now. We have, okay, that's another simpler one. I'm going to go ahead and copy the formula down. We have a squared plus b squared equals c squared, okay? We take the 52 and the 39 and just go ahead and write that under the a and the b. Again, doesn't matter the order. It doesn't matter the order as long as the two legs, the two sides you're finding are right next to the square corner. So notice here, we have the right angle, 90. Remember, this is 90 degrees, okay? So we actually have that. That's okay as long as the two sides are right next to each other. So then it's okay. It doesn't matter the order it's in, okay? Now later on, we'll find out that in some cases it could. But for now, we're good, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and write down my 39 squared equals c squared. And then really what I want to do here is just use the calculator, you know? So here we go. 52 times 52 equals 2,704. Cool. Do that again for the 39 squared, all right? So 39 times 39. Oops, I did that wrong. Try that again. Sometimes don't go too fast, especially on a calculator. 39 times 39, because it is too easy to make a mistake if you're not careful punching in numbers into the calculator. All right, that will go ahead and give me, let's add that. Let's see, what do we have here? And we're going to go ahead and add that to the 2,704, which we have 1,521. Cool. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and type in or punch in or press or tap or whatever you do to the calculator. You go 2,704. Hopefully don't stomp on it. Especially if it's an on-screen calculator. You'd be like, oh no, my screen is broken. Okay, plus 1,521 equals, and you get 4,225. Cool. So go ahead and we write that down. And then here, the next thing we need to do is basically take the, well, you know what we actually forgot to do? We need to bring down the c squared. Also, don't forget to, this goes along for the ride. Now remember, you have an exponent here. So we have to cross off the exponent. You can do that as long as you take the square root on the other side. Now the way we do that, let's see, on this calculator, there's an actual scientific mode. Nice, check that out. And what I can do is here, right here, see where I'm circling, there's a special symbol which has a radical sign, like the little 2 on there, and the x, and again, it looks like division, but the entire thing is a radical. And what you're doing here is you press that, and that will give you what two identical numbers equals 4,225 when multiplied with each other. So let's go ahead and press that. Boom. There you go. We get 65, and that is it. Pretty cool. So now all you have to do is, yeah, let's go ahead and write that down. 65, and we have 65 here. And so now I'll go ahead and type that in, and that's it, guys. I mean, if you use a calculator, it definitely makes your life a little bit easier. All right, now that was from our last problem. So let's go ahead and erase that now. And now on these, okay, so we know how to do these. I've explained how to do these. I'm going to move up, do one more level up here. And, aha, this one. I want to go ahead and make sure that you know how to do these, that where you have rounding going on. Basically, same steps as before. Again, notice they give you two sides of a right angle triangle. The corner has to be a square corner. You have the hypotenuse, and I didn't say this earlier, but the longest side is actually called your hypotenuse, okay? I should probably write that a little bit neater, you know? But yeah, that is what that is called, right? So let me write that a little neater. Hypotenuse. There you go. Hypotenuse. Okay. That hypotenuse is actually your longest side, which is the same thing as your C, right? All right. So let's go ahead and write the formula down. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So now we're going to go ahead and take our two sides of the triangle, just like we've done before, and write the 6 and the 4. Bring my plus sign down. Don't forget to bring down your exponents, okay? Then you do the math. Now here we probably don't need a calculator since 6 times 6 in our head is 36. And then 4 times 4 gives us 16. Bring the plus sign down. Bring the equal sign down. Uh-oh. C squared keeps forgetting to hop in the car. Come on, C squared. Come along for the ride. Gotta come on down. All right. 36 plus 16. I could use a calculator here. Since it's not a really large number, I'm going to, on the side, go ahead and add this up. You could do this in your head too, but basically, either in the head, calculator, or you could do some scratch work on the side. So you end up getting 52, okay? Now remember, it's not equal to C yet. It's equal to C squared. So in order to find out C, we have to cross off the C. And if I cross off one side, I have to do that to the other side. Now, interesting, 52. And I want to use my calculator for this part just to show you something here. So when you do this here, let's see. When you do this right here, I'm going to bring this calculator over. Oop, that was strange. Okay, let's move this over here. What you want to do is, well, let's see. If I go 7 times 7, gives me 49. And again, I'm using the calculator just to be extra clear here. 7 times 7. Let's try 8 times 8. 64. It's not really possible to get two integers that gives you 52. It's not even possible really technically to get a decimal, but we can get close. So what you want to do is type in your 52 and then type in your square root sign. Whoa, I get 7.2111. So if you look at the directions, always important to read the directions. What is the length of the hypotenuse? If necessary, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so when you do this, remember the tenths place. So this first place is called your ones. The second place after, well, actually the first place value after the decimal, that is called your tenths. Which means if I'm rounding to my tenths place, my answer will either be 7.2 or 7.3. It's going to stay a 7.2 or it's going to go up to a 7.3. And the way you know if it stays the same or goes up, you have to look at the neighbor. And the place value to the right is your hundredths place. Okay, so that one, I can actually write out hundredths. Notice they both have THS at the end. So your hundredths place, if your hundredths place, the place next door to your tenths, if it's 5 or higher, it makes the 2 go to a 3. If it's 4 or lower, it makes this 2 stay the same. Because we have a 1 here, we're just going to stay at a 7.2. So your answer is 7.2, so we can go ahead and type that in. And there you go. All right. So I have this video available for you so you guys can actually take a look at this. And don't forget, I do expect you to write your work down like I'm showing you. The reason why, if you don't write the work down, it is too easy to lose track of where you are, okay? All right, guys, so that's that for today. Well, I don't know. Let's do one more. Come on, why not? Okay, here we go. We have a squared, because it's so much fun, plus b squared equals c squared. Especially when you do like construction and like a couple of years ago with my cousin, we actually put in a custom desk into the corner, and we actually had to use this formula to figure out what exact dimensions of the piece of, I think it was plywood or some piece of wood we had to buy for it to fit into the corner. So anyway, so you have your two legs of your right-angled triangle. And so I have my 9 and my 4. Again, doesn't matter the order, right? At least for now. And now don't forget to bring down your exponent, bring down your equals, bring down your c squared. And then we're going to go ahead and just continue solving. 9 times 9 gives us 81. Make sure you're writing this down, right? 4 times 4 gives us 16 equals, and bring down the c squared for the right. 81 plus 16, again, use a calculator, or you can do some scratch work on the side, or in your head, of course, because really, you think about it, it's really 1 plus 6 gives you 7, and 1 plus 8 gives you 9. So, I mean, there's more than one way to solve these, right? But now, right away in my head, I'm thinking 10 times 10 gives you 100. Okay, 9 times 9 gives us 81. So this is going to be another one that gives us a decimal here. So what we want to do in this case, guys, is, oops, I need to bring that calculator back. I always do that for some reason. Okay, hopefully this works this time. Oh, you know what I have to do? I have to do it like this. Okay, there we go. And now, clear the screen, right? Let me just find some room for the calculator here. And then I'm going to type in 97, press my square root sign, and I get 9.848857801796105. Okay. Oh, good news though. They only want us to round to the nearest 10th. So that means when you're rounding to the 10th, right, that means you're taking your 10th place. You're going to either have 9.8 or it'll round up to a 9.9. And you have to look at the neighbor. If the neighbor is 5 or higher, the 8 goes to a 9. Oh, look, it's a 4. So it's 4 or lower. 4 or lower means the 8 stays the same. So our answer is 9.8. Cool. So we go ahead and type that in. And that is it, guys. All right, cool, guys. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, have a fabulous day. All right. Bye.